When billionaire businessman Alexander Volkov stepped out of his sleek black limousine that evening, he carried with him the quiet satisfaction of a man who thought he had finally balanced the two sides of his life, empire and family. His companies were thriving, his reputation spotless, and his mansion on the outskirts of Moscow gleamed like a palace under the sunset. But as he crossed the marble-floored hall and loosened his tie, something shattered the calm. A muffled, desperate sob echoing down the corridor. It was his daughter's voice. "Papa, please, forgive me. I can't anymore." The words sliced through him like glass. His world slowed. Without thinking, Alexander rushed toward the sound, heart pounding, blood roaring in his ears. The closer he got, the clearer the trembling voice became. A child's raw pain. His daughter Anya, the one light in his otherwise cold existence. He pushed against the heavy oak door, but it wouldn't budge. Panic clawed at his chest. He banged on it, shouting her name. "Anya, open the door, sweetheart." But there was only silence now, and the faint scrape of something moving inside. The moment stretched into eternity before instinct took over. With a burst of strength, he rammed his shoulder into the door. It flew open with a violent crack. Inside, the scene before him froze his breath. The little girl, barely 6, sat trembling on the floor, surrounded by broken glass and spilled paint. Her small hands were smeared with colors, the remnants of a painting she had tried to make for him. On the wall hung a half-finished portrait of Alexander himself, painted with love but marked with tears. Standing over her, a woman in a maid's uniform, the new nanny, now looked startled, a wooden stick trembling in her grip. Alexander's eyes went wide. Rage ignited inside him like fire. "What is going on here?" he thundered. The nanny dropped the stick instantly, stumbling back. "Sir, she wouldn't stop crying. She spilled." But he didn't let her finish. "Get out," he said, voice deadly calm. "Get out before I forget who I am." The woman bolted, fear in her eyes, disappearing down the hall. Alexander fell to his knees beside his daughter. Her tiny shoulders shook as she whispered, "I wanted to make you proud, Papa. I wanted to paint you something beautiful. But she said I was useless." Tears welled up in his eyes, the kind that men like him never let fall. "Oh, my little one," he whispered, pulling her close. "You never need to prove anything to me. You are my masterpiece." As he held her, memories flooded his mind. All the birthdays he had missed, the nights she had waited by the window for him to come home, the soft drawings she left on his desk that he had been too busy to notice. Each memory struck like lightning, burning through layers of pride and power until only truth remained. He realized then that all the millions in the world meant nothing compared to the heart of a child, especially his own. Gently, he lifted her chin and looked into her tear-streaked face. "Anya," he said softly, "you don't ever have to be perfect. You just have to be you. That's enough for me." She looked up through trembling lips. "Really, Papa?" "Always," he promised. "From now on, I will never let you feel alone again." That night, Alexander made a decision that would change everything. He called his board of directors and told them he was stepping back. No more endless meetings, no more chasing power. He built a studio for Anya in the garden, a place filled with color, light, and laughter. Every morning they painted together, father and daughter, two souls healing each other stroke by stroke. Months later, her first painting, the one of him, hung in the largest art gallery in Moscow. But it wasn't the painting itself that brought tears to people's eyes. It was the story behind it. A story of love rediscovered, of a father who broke a door, and his own walls, to save what truly mattered. As the years passed, Alexander became known not just as a millionaire, but as a man of heart. He started a foundation to help abused and neglected children, naming it Anya's Hope. In every speech he gave, he said the same words. "Don't wait until you hear a cry for help to open your eyes. Love doesn't need perfection, it just needs presence." And every time he said it, he remembered that one night when his little girl's trembling voice saved his soul.